All right, have you ever wanted to look inside a professional's AI toolbox? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're prying open the lid on Amazon Titan. I'm going to give you a guided tour of all the most powerful tools in there, the ones for generating text, for understanding what things really mean, and for creating some pretty incredible images. You'll see exactly how you can start building with them.
Okay, first things first. Let's just make sure we're all on the same page. At its very core, Titan is a collection of what are called foundation models. Now, the easiest way to think about these is like powerful general-purpose engines, right? AWS has already done all the super heavy lifting of training them on these massive data sets, so you can just grab them and start building right away.
So, here's our game plan for this tour. First, we'll cover the big picture. What is Amazon Titan? Then, we'll get into the specifics, the text generators, what these things called embeddings are all about, and of course, the image generators. And to wrap it all up, we'll talk about how you can customize everything and, really importantly, how to build with it safely.
All right, let's jump right into section 1. Let's tackle that big question. What exactly is this Titan family of models?
Okay, so the number one thing to get is that Titan isn't just one single AI. It's really more like a whole suite of specialized tools. You've got models for writing, models for understanding meaning, and yeah, models for creating images. But here's the really crucial part. You can use them straight out of the box, or you can privately and securely customize them with your own data. And that turns them into true experts for whatever you need them to do.
Okay, first up in our toolbox tour, the text generators. Let's pop the hood on the models that are designed to really master language.
So Titan lays it all out for you, giving you a really clear choice depending on what you need. It's that classic triangle of power, speed, and cost, right? If you've got massive, complex enterprise jobs, you're going to want Text Premier. Now, for things like fast, multilingual chatbots, especially ones using what's called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, to pull in fresh data, Text Express is your go-to. And then, for those super cost-effective, highly customizable tasks like, say, turning out marketing copy, TextLite is absolutely the perfect fit.
But here's the kicker, and this is super important. It doesn't matter which one you pick, the powerhouse, the speed demon, or the cost saver, none of them are set in stone. You can take any of them and fine-tune them with your own private data. You can teach it your company's unique voice, all your specific technical jargon, basically all your internal knowledge.
All right, now we're getting to one of the most powerful and honestly, one of the most fascinating concepts in all of AI, and that's embeddings. Let's really unpack what these things are and why they are such a game changer. So how does a computer actually know that king and queen are related, or that a picture of a golden retriever is conceptually similar to a picture of a Labrador? Well, the answer is embeddings. The best way to think about it is that they create this gigantic map of meaning, and on this map, every single concept gets its own unique location. The embeddings, they're basically the coordinates. So things with similar meanings, like boat and ship, end up being placed right next to each other on the map. It's brilliant.
Now, the Titan family gives you two different flavors of these embedding models. The first one is just for text. It focuses only on the meaning of words. And this is perfect if you want to build, say, a search engine that actually understands concepts, not just matching keywords. But then there's the multimodal model. And this is where things get really, really powerful. It puts both text and images on that same map of meaning. This lets you do incredible stuff, like searching your entire photo library just by typing a sentence.
And just to give you a sense of how precise this map is, these models can create a location using up to 1,024 different coordinates, or what we call dimensions. So think about it like a GPS coordinate. But instead of just latitude and longitude, just 2 points, this has over 1,000 different data points to pinpoint the exact nuance of a concept. I mean, that creates an unbelievably rich and super detailed map of meaning.
Okay, so we've talked about how Titan understands content. Now let's check out how it creates it. We're moving over to the super creative side of the toolbox, the image generators.
So the first version, G1, is already a total powerhouse. I mean, it goes way beyond just making images from text. It's also a really sophisticated editing tool. You can use something called inpainting to like fill in a missing part of a picture, or you can use outpainting to expand the canvas and imagine what's just outside the original frame. Super cool.
But of course, they didn't stop there. The new V2 model takes that solid foundation and just builds on it, adding a whole new suite of powerful features. And they're all designed for one thing, to give you precise, professional-level control over the final image.
And believe me, these features are absolute game changers. With V2, you can just automatically zap the background out of an image. You can use a reference image to control the exact layout of your new picture. You can even fine-tune the model to keep a specific subject, like your company mascot or a product, looking perfectly consistent across tons of different images. And get this, you can even control the exact color palette using hex codes to make sure it matches your brand identity perfectly.
Let's make this super concrete with a quick example. Imagine you have a great photo, but it's just cropped way too tight. Well, without painting, all you do is mask the area you want to expand, type in a quick description of what you want to see there, and bam, the model just seamlessly extends the image. It's just incredibly intuitive.
Okay, so we have all this incredible power at our fingertips, but that leaves two really big questions, right? First, how do you tailor it for your specific needs? And second, how can you actually trust the output? Let's dive into customization and safe AI.
And that customization we talked about for the text models, it's not just for text. You can do the exact same thing with the image and multimodal models. You can fine-tune them by feeding them your own pairs of images and descriptions. This is exactly how you teach them a unique artistic style or how to consistently recognize and generate your specific products or characters.
Now, let's talk safety. This is a big one. To help combat things like misinformation, AWS built a really important feature directly into the image generator. As you can see here, every single image it creates gets an invisible watermark. And not only that, it also includes C2PA metadata, which is basically an open standard for proving where a piece of media came from, so you can always trace its origin as an AI-generated image.
And this isn't some abstract behind-the-scenes feature. It's a real, practical tool that you can actually use. Checking an image is super simple. You just go into the AWS console, find the watermark detection tool, upload your image, click Analyze, and it tells you right then and there if it was generated by Titan. It's all about transparency in action.
So, there you have it. We've just done a full tour of the Amazon Titan Toolbox. We've seen the powerful text models, we've understood how semantic search works, and we've played with the super controllable image generators. We've looked at the tools for language, for meaning, and for pure creation. So I guess the only question left is, now that you've got the map to the toolbox, what problem are you going to solve first?